showing you is an image of the firmament, the flat earth, the dome, the thing that was stretched out in heaven, the thing that's mentioned in the Bible numerous times. Let there be an expanse in the midst of the waters, and let it separate the waters from the waters. And it goes on and on and on and on. And it's right there. It's right there directly in front of everybody, yet so many people don't want to believe this. If you keep looking and keep looking and keep looking at the stars, looking at the sun, looking at the moon like I have and like I do, you really start to come to the conclusion that everything that's above us isn't what we've been told whatsoever at all. For instance, why is it that when you're standing in front of the ocean looks greenish, but when you look at it from an airplane or from a drone or a balloon, the ocean is blue? And then conversely, when you're standing on the earth and looking up, the sky also looks blue. Well, maybe I found the reason, and I'm pretty sure I did. And this literally, no pun intended, just fell out of the clear blue sky into my lap today. It's really, really strange, but I think it's a bit of proof that I, for one, have never seen before, not even in the flat earth community. So check this out. It turns out in 1990, an Italian geologist, see, always good guys are Italian like myself, named Angelo Patonno was visiting Sierra Leone in the vicinity of the border of Guinea-Conakry to verify if a certain region of the country known as Kono was indeed rich deposit of diamonds. So you see, blah, 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 on and on they go. And then they go on to the story where they found this. And this is called the Sky Stone. Now, this is insane. I am almost positive, and I think they are too, they just don't want to say it, that this thing is a literal piece of the firmament. This rock is made up of 77.17%. Notice the 3 sevens? 77.17% oxygen. And when they crushed this up to put it underneath the microscope, they could no longer see it. It lost its color. This is a real thing. This is an absolutely real thing. After returning to Europe, Patonno took the blue stone to the Institute of Natural blah blah blah. To his surprise, tests showed that stone was not turquoise. It wasn't even officially cataloged. The blue stone he had discovered not only does not correspond to any known mineral, but the same material was also recently located in Morocco. Do you see what's going on? The sky is falling. How's that? And they literally have imagery of it all over the place. This is the stone itself right here. And it's pretty amazing. It was found with all sorts of artifacts. And again, they tested this thing to 3,000 degrees Celsius, yet its composition wouldn't alter. It was made out of 77.1% pure oxygen, and the remaining was carbon, calcium, and another unknown element. They were eventually able to locate an organic compound that is currently unknown to science, dated at 55,000 years old. That doesn't really do very much for me. Amazingly, it seems that the Sky Stone is not unique. There has been, in fact, similar finds in other places on the Earth, most notably Brazil. The other sample of Sky Stone was submitted to GRS Swiss Labs for testing, and the analysis by an anonymous dealer. Intrigued American artist and designer Jared Collins tried to buy the small cutaway, but the dealer refused to sell it. He wouldn't even name a price for a larger full stone. So these guys have literally found these stones all over the world. And look at it. It's exactly the same color as the sky. It's made out of the same color. It's made out of the same elements that we literally breathe. This is, in my opinion, the firmament. Now, lots of people will try to, what about the sun? What about the moon? In my opinion, the sun is incredibly close to us. And I can, I've got hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of footage of the sun and how close it is, how local it is, the sun doing odd things, what appears to be two suns, so forth and so on. And then there's people that have never-ending footage of the clouds behind the sun, the clouds behind the moon, so forth and so on. And now suddenly we're having this enormous solar eclipse Monday, and the shadow is going to pass from west to east, which, if you had an object passing in front of another object, I guess you could cast a shadow from west to east. But the problem with that entire thing is it would mean the moon is orbiting twice a day around the earth. And that's not what's going on, because I've got imagery of the moon sitting outside my house all day long in the clear blue sky. Clear blue sky. I got a funny feeling that this stuff has been around, that these guys know this, and the one true reason that they hide the flat earth, the one true reason that NASA is always doing their going to space puppet shows, and people have the technology to see the moon now, but so we can't go back there, we lost the technology and it's upsetting, is because they know if they tried to pull another moon landing hoax, we have the ability to see if they actually landed there, and they can't have that. They're hiding God, and that's all there is to it. I don't know what else to tell you. Every other civilization knew it, and now they all laugh at anyone that questions this and says, well, this was proven 500 years ago. It was proven 500 years ago. No, it was a rumor that was started by wealthy, rich, elite people 500 years ago that didn't even have the ability to fly up and test their theory. And yet today the theory still stands, much like the theory of gravity, much like the theory and the testing that's been done on the Earth, showing that it's not even moving. Do you really believe that we're flying through outer space at 1,000 miles an hour, rocketing around the sun at 66? You know what I mean? It's all absolutely ludicrous and ridiculous, but I digress. This is what's all around us. That is a small piece of the firmament. I can't stress it anymore. This is a real thing. This really did happen, and I've never heard of it in my entire life. 77.17% oxygen, and then one unknown element. They can't break it, they can't burn it, they can't bend it, and they can't explain it, and they're not selling it. At any rate, links will be in the description. This pretty much wraps it up for me. I mean, it just wraps it up for me. There is no two ways about it. We are in aliens. They're simply fallen angels and demons, exactly like they look like. We are in an enclosed system. The sun, the moon, the stars are all things just like the Bible told us they were.